Welcome to astrobix.com, Vedic Astrology Webcast. In this webcast, we will try to analyze some matters related to your domestic life through palmistry. Some of us are fortunate as we have the presence and blessings of our parents for most part of our lives. However, there are also some people who are unable to experience such domestic bliss. In this webcast, we will talk about such matters. First of all, let us talk about some general characteristics related to the lines in your palm. According to some scholars, the heart line in your left hand will represent your relationship with your wife. If you are a woman, the same will be true for the heart line in your right hand. For a man, the brain line of his left hand represents his relationship with his mother-in-law. It will be better if your brain line does not suffer from any dosh. Similarly, the lifeline in your left hand will represent your relationship with your father-in-law. If you are a woman, your right hand's brain line will explain your relationship with your mother-in-law. The lifeline in your right hand will represent your relationship with your father-in-law. An analysis of these lines will depend on their position and state in your hands. In this slide, we will analyze Jupiter mount to gather information about your relationship with your parents. If your lifeline originates from Jupiter mount, you will be loved a lot by your parents. If your parents are not in your life, you will receive love from your guardians. Similarly, if a line from Jupiter mount touches your Mars line, you will be loved by your parents. If an influential line from Jupiter mount touches your brain line, you will be blessed and loved by your mother for a long time. On the other hand, a member of your family may be deceased if a star is present on a line that originates from your lifeline and reaches Jupiter mount. Now let us try to understand your relationship with parents through Saturn line. You will lack your parents' love if your Saturn or Fortune line is in the shape of an island from the beginning. The same is true if your Saturn line is divided into two different lines in the beginning. Similarly, you may also lack your parents' love if a cross is present on the beginning of Saturn or Fortune line. Before we conclude this webcast, let us talk about some other signs and indications related to your relationship with your parents. Your parents have a long life if your heart line begins with a lot of branches. If your thumb's phalanx has branches on both sides, you may lack your mother's love. You may experience some unfortunate incidents in your childhood if there are stars on the beginning of lifeline and brain line. If your lifeline begins with two branches, one moving towards Venus mount and the other reaching your wrist, you may be brought up by someone other than your parents. Although Mars line moves separately from lifeline, there are times when it may be a part of the lifeline and move accordingly. In such a condition, if your Mars line surrounds Venus mount, you will not only receive love from your parents, but also inherit property. You will also be loved a lot by your children. Thank you for watching this webcast. Visit astrobix.com for more free Vedic astrology content. You can also consult to our palmist if you want to know more about all the aspects of your life.